Hey guys, it's Versling here again with another Trackmania video. So today I'm just going to be playing some Trackmania. I'm going to try to beat Author Metal on, this is Winter '07. This is a new playlist for Trackmania. So yeah, I was going to be talking to you guys too. So I didn't know these videos, as you guys know. Just me playing Trackmania and yapping about whatever from talking about it. Probably just doing kind of the same thing again. So I'm gonna start off with like regrets. So personally, I don't have any regrets in life because I think holding regrets just diminishes yourself and it hurts your vision of yourself because you're holding yourself accountable to things in the past that you can't change anymore. So, like, the past is old news. Nobody wants to hear about it anymore. You shouldn't care about the past. You should care about your future. Because your future is, majority of the time, something you can control. Don't get me wrong, like, if COVID comes around again, COVID V2, you can't control that. But you can control the present, you can control the future, but you can't control the past. And I feel like people are over-obsessed with their past, and a lot of the time just can't focus on their future and don't know what like they want to do in life. Personally, I found what I want to do with life, which is like gaming. I want to go pro in esports, to be a professional gamer, and also music making. I've loved music my entire life, and I'm sure you guys have seen some of the music I'm posting. And like I said in the other video, I'm planning on like an album I'm gonna release this summer. I think I will be rapping on it or singing on it or something. My voice will be on the music, that's what I'm saying. That's another one of my big passions I want to work on and continue to grow on. Because like I have loved music my entire life. I've been doing concerts since I was a very, very young age. Whether I like them or not is a different story. But like, I've been exposed to music since the day I was born, literally. And I feel like music is just something that connects the whole world, whether you're black, white, Asian, like, whether you speak English, Spanish, Japanese, who cares? Like, everybody knows music, everybody likes music. Even if you're not like a super fan of some artist, most of the time you still, you know, like, go to 100 people and ask them if they know The Weeknd. I bet 95 of them will say yes, at least. It's something that connects all of us in a different way than anything else. I saw a stat a while ago saying that if you and your partner have the same music taste, you're about 80% more likely to get married and to have a long-lasting, meaningful relationship. So, it's like, it's not just, you know, oh, I think music connects us. It's scientifically proven that music is, like, in a sense, a love language. Music connects us in a way that nothing else can. I also want to talk about fears, and, like, I think some people's fears are very stupid. Like, for example, I've been obsessed with the Simon for the past like year. So hearing from the Simon, he's a fear of buttons. Like, little shirt buttons. He's afraid of them. Like, you put him in a pool of them and he'll, like, have a heart attack. Which is just the weirdest fear, I feel like. And like, I guess you can control your fears in a certain sense, because you can try to expose yourself and beat them, but I don't know, it's kind of weird. Like buttons. Personally, I only have one fear, that's death, because we know next to nothing about death. We know most things about everything that's currently on Earth. But we know basically nothing about death. We know that your brain stays on for about 7 minutes after you die. But besides that, I cannot tell you anything else about what happens to the cat. Like, God could be right, heaven and hell exist, or your soul might get repossessed as a cow. Like, who knows? In Indian culture, they have a lot of respect for cows because in their culture, a cow is a person who passed that their soul is now in the cow. That's why they also don't like to eat, like, different meats sometimes, is because of that, and because of their culture, which I find very interesting. But yeah, death. Like, I just find we know nothing about it, like I was saying, which is just, like, weird, because there's nothing that we know nothing about, really, on the entire Earth. Like, we know at least some stuff about basically everything. Like, we haven't been to the very depths of the marine trench. We still know enough about it that we can make educated guesses on what's down there and what's like to be however many miles down. But like death, we know nothing about, and we really, unless technology advances significantly in the next 20 minutes, we'll know nothing about it. Because technology is holding us back a bit in that sense. Because, really, I don't even know, like, what you could do. I mean, you could have something that, like, reads the stimulations of somebody's brain so you can, like, see what they're imagining, see the picture inside their head and what they're thinking. But that only does a certain amount of stuff. Because eventually you're going to need to dive deeper. So unless we can either make a huge technological advancement, or we can find out how to revive people, basically, then we won't know until one of them happens. Which is just kind of scary. There's also a lot going on right now that I feel like the US is trying to hide. If this video gets taken down, then it's probably going to be for me saying this. But like, so they started bombing Oman along with the United Kingdom. Both the US and UK started doing that, which is very unlawful and unholy. But you say so myself, that's my opinion. You don't have to agree with it. But I feel like they're trying to hide it, because also, just recently the Epstein list came out, and basically every US president is on that list. So basically every president is now an accused pedophile, because that's what they did on Epstein Island, that's proven. And then also the whole alien thing in Miami. Like, in the Miami Mall. Like, it just feels like there's 3 really big things that they're just trying to hide, you know? Also, I feel like the news is suppressing some stuff a little bit, because, like, the Russia-Ukraine war has been going on for a long time now. And anybody who's been hurt by that, bless your heart. But when was the last time you saw something on the news about that? Like, that's more than 30 seconds of just talking. It's been months. Like, there's been Israel-Palestine, obviously. Recently, there's been the Oman bombings. There's been news about China. But there hasn't been anything about Russia-Ukraine in a while. And I feel like that's... I don't know if they're trying to suppress it, or they're trying to just get our attention elsewhere. But I feel like the news can't be trusted that much. And this is kind of a hot take, but I really don't trust the United States government that much. For example, a lot of people don't know this, basically nobody knows this, but in 2025, all 2025 model cars and newer are going to have a GPS tracker and a kill switch in them. This is required by US law. So the trackers are apparently going to be precise enough that if you even like just swerve too far into a lane, or if you're like speeding too much, then it'll activate the kill switch. I don't know if it's gonna be AI or an actual person, but the kill switch will get activated. Your car turns off. You need to call whatever number to be able to get your car back on, get to be able to drive again, which feels very suppressive in a way. They're kind of taking away your right of privacy by tracking you, basically. Basically just putting a tracker on your car so that they can, which, don't get me wrong, for some things, like crimes, for example. Like, if there's organized crime going on, then, you know, there's a flaw in the security footage, they can track my car and track down who did crime, which is good. We need to stop crime. But also, for the average person, you don't need to be tracked if you're going like 5 miles an hour with the speed limit, just trying to get to work on time. Because then that'd be a whole thing. Along with that, the elections are coming up. So obviously realistically, it's going to be Trump versus Biden again. There's not many other candidates I can see that really will make it. Maybe Ron DeSantis will be good, but he's not going to be on Trump. And this is also quite a hot take, but I feel like this election will decide the fate of the world. Because Biden is more of a sit-back, relax guy. Obviously not with the Amman bombings, but I feel like that's a cover-up for bigger issues. But he's not as active politically as Trump is. Trump is very active. Like, he's trying to do everything. And he also has good relations with China, which is interesting because, like it or not, World War III is coming, and it'll be deadly, and there's a high chance that it'll end the Earth because of nuclear fallout all over the world. But that's a topic for another time in Trackmania. But like, so I think that if Biden gets elected, then we will for sure stand with the UN, which I think is a good thing, because I have trust in the UN. I don't trust in the US, but I have trust in the United Nations. But I think if Trump gets elected, there's a chance that we will join China, Russia, and North Korea, all those countries. Because we don't have bad relations with North Korea. We kind of just let them do their thing. They're like Kim Jong-un cook. But Trump has very good relations with China and their leader, which I feel like changes a lot. Because if World War III happens in the next 4 or 5 years, under Trump's presidency, if he got elected, then I don't know whose side we're on, because obviously we are like a top 3 power of the world. Honestly, we're probably the most powerful country in the world. We make a lot of product, we have a high population, we have a high amount of land, we have the biggest military in the world, we have crap ton of nukes. Like, we are the most powerful country in the world. We are the most influential country in the world. So there's a good chance that if Trump gets elected, and if World War III happens, and we saw China, and Russia, and North Korea, then the world will become hot take, but kind of dystopian. Because China is like a mix of a dictatorship and communism. They will lie about and say it's not, but it is. North Korea, communist. Russia will also lie about it, but they're communists. They're suppressing the people and not letting them have free speech. Like when Russia-Ukraine started, they paid TikTokers to all say the same line and say that like it's a good thing and that nothing bad is happening, which is obviously a complete lie. But if Biden gets elected, and we start with the UN, which I think is more likely that Biden gets elected than Trump, then the UN is the strongest power in the world. Like, as a whole, they are much stronger than the Axis powers, essentially, than the communists, which does make it very interesting. But it has also been seen that Russia and North Korea have both been testing nukes. Another big thing would be if China invades Taiwan, then that would be interesting. Not in a good way. There's a lot of interesting things that can happen in the next 4 or 5 years in terms of presidency, war, like, depending on who gets elected for presidency, it could change the world. Me personally, I was rooting for Vivek Ramaswamy. I know the pronunciation is terrible, but he's the Indian guy, but he dropped out and endorsed Trump, which I suspect that he's endorsing somebody. He realized that he doesn't have a very good chance of winning. He was bound to, because he seemed like the type of guy that wants to get things done. He's also like 38 years old, I think. I might be up to yourself, but he was pretty young. And he seemed like the type of guy that he will actually do what he sets out to do, and not just lie about his presidential goals like literally every president ever. He endorsed Trump, which does give Trump more support. Trump will be on top now. Like, it will be Trump versus Biden. And it's just very, very interesting how the world is going to change in the next 5 years. Because for all I know, Russia, North Korea, and China could all decide tomorrow, hey, let's bomb LA. And then bam, 10 million people dead. And then let's start World War III, you know? I would never want anything bad to happen, but realistically, that would actually probably would be the craziest thing that happened. Like, that would be insane. But, like, there's just a lot that can happen in the coming months, years, century. Not centuries. But, I don't know. I'm probably gonna do a couple more runs here and then end the video, because I have been recording for 18 minutes. That got very deep, very quickly. If you made it this far, leave a comment below on what you think will happen politically in the next 5 or so years. Because I do value people's opinions and want to hear them out. I also like debate, so if I try to disprove your opinion, my bad. This is a very crucial time in history, though. Like, yeah. On a more positive note, new Trackmania campaign came out. I know it's stuck on that for like 15 months, but it's a pretty good campaign. Except that you have to pay for the last 15 maps. You can only play the first 10 maps for free. And I don't play this game enough to do, or to want to pay $20 a year for it. Which, honestly, it's a very good price for this game. Yeah. Anyways. Esports I felt, or another positive. The Valorant Champions Tour is starting up in under a month now, from when I'm recording this and when this is being posted, which is great. I love VCT. I think what they're doing is amazing. I think that they're the biggest esport in the world. So that's all on top. I'll make a video soon on my predictions for VCT and everything from the play-in, or whatever it's called, startup or whatever, the starting tournament with the regions, Madrid, the champions, you know what champions is, 1 year away, or less than a year away. Champions is a long time away, but I'm still gonna make some predictions for it. But yeah, that's starting up soon. I think Sentinels do have a valid chance of actually being good and winning a trophy. It all just depends if we can actually show up and not troll. It'll be interesting with all the China teams too, since that's less spots at champs and lanes for like EMEA, Americas, and Pacific. That'll be very interesting. Besides, I think that expanding the league is very good for Valorant because it brings more eyes, which more eyes are basically always a good thing. This is gonna be my last run here. Tomorrow I'm gonna be posting a video of me playing a tournament, Fortnite tournament, that is. So that'll be an interesting video. I've been back in Fortnite tournaments a little bit more. I've been enjoying playing them. I've been playing other ones more on free kind of stuff. Fortnite tournaments just, I'm a little bit nostalgic for me, which is part of it. Anyways, that's gonna be today's video. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yep. Peace.